Guys, stock markets are crashed worldwide. Trillions wiped off the value of UK companies, Chinese companies, all the countries where there's tariffs being imposed by Trump. Liberation Day, as he calls it. But what is happening to UK property and what effect is this going to have on our portfolios? Let's get into it. Guys, when America sneezes, the world and the UK catches a cold. That is a well-known saying in stocks trading and economics. Now, a major impact on UK property has just been announced last week, and it's not even from the UK, guys. Forget about the renters reform, renters rights bill. Forget about UK interest rates and the policies for a second. Let me take you across the pond to America, where I've just come back from, and let's go into Trump economics, as they call it. So, Liberation Day. Worldwide tariffs on the UK. We've only got 10% on the UK. It's not too bad, but I'm going to go into that in a minute. EU, China, all around the world, there's tariffs now on goods being exported into the US. Now, let's put the politics aside, whether it's fair or unfair. Just remember there were tariffs. The EU already had tariffs on the US products. So one could argue it was just tit for tat. But anyway, let's put all the politics to a side for a second. We are greedy landlords and investors. We want to make the most money as possible on this channel to live a glorious lifestyle and fund our families as well. So what we need to drill down on is what effect is this going to have? And it's fast changing, and it has been fast changing for the last, it's a crazy time in property, to be honest, right? Whichever side you're on, tenant, buyer, investor, stock market, whatever, it's a crazy time in property. So what effects is this going to have, guys? So Trump tariffs and UK property is changing as we speak. It could be a different story next week, so keep subscribed to this channel. Please share this video with any UK investors that you know. It's a really important one, as is all of my content, but this one's super important, guys. Share it, WhatsApp it to someone, and help me out. Click a like on this, and let's grow this channel together as I bring you direct news and as it breaks. No other channel has done it yet, by the way, because they don't even know what to say, but I do, and I know what's going to happen, so let's get into it. Right, okay, so there's massive uncertainty now. The Fed can't call it. The UK economics, the UK politicians, they still don't even know what to do, guys. They're still like, oh, let's wait and see. We don't know what's going to happen. Was this a bluff? Is this going to be removed next week? Shall we retaliate? They don't know, guys. So what does this mean? The world is in uncertainty. And what do I always say? Uncertainty is good. It's a win-win situation. Let me tell you why. Okay, so what is the major thing? What's the major lever on UK property? Okay, what it's been for decades. But let's focus on the UK, because it's a peculiar market, and the way the Trump tariffs affect UK buyers is different to somewhere like Marbella, where I am now at my villa, where it's a different kind of market. So in the UK, as we know, there's a massive shortage of housing. There's no building. It's not going to change anytime soon. All that to a side, interest rates are a function of profitability for UK investors. If the interest rate is 10%, it's too high, you know, there's going to be very few people who wanting to put money into property when you can get 10% in the bank. It isn't 10%, but it has been, and in fact, it's been up to 15% in the past. So my older viewers may remember. I don't. Obviously, I was buying in a recession. So let me bring you to that point now, a recession. The big banks in America have now changed the forecast, and are forecasting now a much higher chance of a worldwide recession, guys, okay? This hasn't translated into the UK, but as I said, when America sneezes, the UK catches a cold, so a worldwide recession, a US recession will affect everyone, okay? What's going to happen? We don't know. I don't know. I'm not on this channel to tell you this or that. No one knows. But what we can tell you is uncertainty. If the rates go down, if there is a recession, guys, one would usually, time has taught us many, many times, the rates drop, okay? The value of the losses in the stock market haven't been seen since COVID, since the start of COVID, since that day in March when there was uncertainty. That's all it was, okay? And it bounced back up. But what happened? The rates went. You were basically borrowing money for free, or even getting paid to borrow money when inflation rose. You were actually getting paid to borrow money. The rates were cut to a minimal level. So if there's another recession, okay, guys, and were predicting a pattern from 5 years ago, we could suggest that the rates are going to be cut by both the UK and the US. Now, Trump actually wanted the rates. He was actually in a fight with Jerome Powell of the Fed to cut rates, and there's a very, very good evidential theory that all this has been done to stimulate the Fed, because he's a very clever businessman, Trump, to stimulate the Fed to drop rates. Why? Because of the US debt, and it will help him out massively. So every time there was a bit of good news in America, he would announce a tariff or he would do something that would raise uncertainty. And what people are saying is that he actually did this to drop the rates and to force the hand of the Fed, because he can't tell them what to do anymore. It's independent to an extent, and so it is in the UK. But you can force the policy, and a man as clever as Trump could do that and basically force the hand of the Fed to drop interest rates, which would be massively beneficial for his political party. It will also be specifically beneficial for UK property buyers. Why? When the rates go down, we make more money because of the mortgages. The mortgage rates go down, we make more money. The rents stay the same. Rents don't go down, guys, okay? So we're going to be making more money. It's going to be easier to borrow money. It's going to be cheaper to borrow money. Our bridging rates, our mortgage rates will go down. And also, it's just our yields will go up, right? It's just a function. Okay, so there'll be less fear. You know, if you're analysing a deal, and guys, by the way, if you want a free deal analyzer, click in my link tree. I'm working with LENDLORD, sponsor of this video. I've tweaked their software, so if you want a free deal analyzer where you put in the interest rates, where you put in the postcode of the property, and it tells you everything, link in my link tree and click on it, and you'll get my free referral code. It's totally free, guys, and I'm using it as well. Back to the video. So when rates go down, it's better for investors, and also, guys, there's a higher demand for interest yielding assets. What is property, guys? Property is an interest yielding asset. It makes money when you hold it. Crypto doesn't make money when you hold it. Gold doesn't make money when you hold it. Although gold price has soared because it's a hedge. People run to it in uncertainty, but I would argue run to property. Property has never let me down. You're watching this channel because you know about UK property. You believe in it. It's never let anyone down since 1800s. That's why the king and queens, the lords, the dukes, they're the biggest landowners in the UK. Do you ever see them going bankrupt? Do you ever see them not affording their bills? No. Let's get into it. Now, guys, I can't stand here and tell you that rates are going to go down, because who knows? There could be a retaliation, there could be supply side problems, there could be retaliatory tariffs. I don't think the UK is going to do that, but let's say rates go up, guys, because we can't call anything in this market. It's crazy. Let's say rates go up. What's going to happen? Less competition. There's less competition. There's less demand, let's say, from investors, and then there's less competition. So I have worked in both markets, guys. When the rates went down in COVID, I was buying, and when the rates went up, it was actually easier to buy. Why? Because there was less people buying. If you bought property in the year after COVID, when the lockdown opened, you were arguably overpaying for property because there were bidding wars, guys. For even the worst properties, there were bidding wars, okay? This villa, I know it's in Spain, but it went up massively, and so did other property in the UK. Just after the second lockdown, but before that, there was massive uncertainty, and we were getting 30k off 100k properties, believe it or not, because no one knew when the world's going to open. If the rates go up now, it's going to be a massive shock. Investors are going to panic. The yields are not going to stack on deals that you get on Rightmove, and what's going to happen? There's less competition. I don't think prices are going to go down in an inflationary environment, and let's be honest, we are in an inflationary environment because of the tariffs making everything more expensive. So I don't think necessarily properties are going to crash in value. I just think there's going to be less competition, especially for your landlord stock, and we can clean up. And guys, we are cleaning up at the moment, and what we're doing is we're buying, as I've said in many other videos, we're buying landlords who are exiting the market, and that's only going to happen more. Imagine if rates go up or the mortgage rates go up. There's just going to be more landlords retiring and going, I've had enough, I want out. Let's sell up now, let's not wait 5 years. I'm talking about the old landlords. We're buying tenanted stock off market for 30 pence in the pound reduction. So typically we're getting 20 to 30% off. Guys, if you want me to source your property, I've got many, many examples all year, all last year, and this year we've completed on so many deals for clients where they're remortgaging and getting their money back out. Yes, in the comments, and we'll send you to our free property investments guide, basically teach you everything about our sourcing. And if you want to work with us, yes, in the comments. But let's get back to it. So rates go up, there's less competition. It's a buyer's market. It's arguably a buyer's market now, but it's going to exacerbate. Right. If rates go down, it's not going to be the best buyer's market, let's be honest. If rates drop and they do a massive, 2%, there's going to be so much more people buying. Why? Because there's a higher demand for interest yielding assets, cheaper money. Why not buy a property in an inflationary environment where you're only going to win? If you're borrowing money at 2%, guys, or 3%, if you're getting a mortgage at 3% and inflation's at 7%, real inflation's at 10%, okay, you are getting money for free and you're getting the yield. That's a specific thing about property. Different to crypto, different to gold, different to having money in the bank. You're holding interest yielding assets, okay? Guys, I've said it in so many videos, crazy since January, even last year, okay? I've been saying this because it's a unique time to make money. There's never been a time, apart from the Lehman Brothers crash in 2008 when I started my portfolio, I don't think there's been a better time to buy UK property. I actually don't. And I'm not just saying that. I've built my portfolio over 15 years and I think this is probably the second best time after that time, but we can't go back. So let's look forward, okay? So this is the second best time, guys. If you want to grow a portfolio, if you're a young lad watching this, and I've had many contact me, made money off crypto, made money in their business, now is the time to get it into UK property. Why? You're in an inflationary environment, there's less demand, it's a buyer's market, and you're not used to being no landlord. You can operate like a corporate landlord, go big or go home, and grow your portfolio on the new rules. So you won't know about prior evictions where we used to change the locks. You will only know about Section 21 and the incoming Renters' Rights Bill. And it's fine because you can't miss what you didn't know before. So guys, if you want to grow a portfolio, it's the best thing you'll ever do, okay? It will get you somewhere like here. It will get you not working, financially free. But you need to know what you're doing with interest rates, law, and economics and politics. If you know those all 4 or 5 subjects and a little brief on how it affects UK property and gives you that confidence. Property is all about confidence. Keep watching this channel, subscribe to this channel, get your mates involved as well, and let's all smash it together, guys. Guys, when there's blood on the streets, buy. When there's blood on the streets, buy. Be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. There is not one person out there, well, there's not thousands of people out there going, UK property, let's buy, it's amazing. All the landlords are exiting. Everyone's going, it's not what it used to be. I got off a call with somebody last week who advises professional landlords and who are pivoting into care. And what are they all saying? We don't want to be landlords anymore. We want to open care homes. Why? Because it's not what it used to be 30 years ago. Guys, this is the time to ignore that and go, yes, maybe it wasn't what it used to be where we could make 30 grand on one flip and there was no competition at auction where we could make 50 grand a flip and just buy it with our mates. Yeah, okay. But guys, landlords are exiting in the thousands. A lot of them moving to Dubai. A lot of them are just selling up and retiring, okay? It's leaving the door clear open for 1, pension funds, 2, hedge funds, BlackRock, private equity. If they're buying, guys, there's loads of money to be made and you should too. Just follow them. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just go where the money's going. Where the smart money's going? UK property, guys. And I would argue the renters reform and renters' rights bill and all of that is made specifically to allow the door to open for all the backhanders, all the lobbyists, all the big pension funds, all the big BlackRocks, etc., to buy UK property up. Okay, guys? So don't be left out. Don't be left out owning nothing because you won't be happy. Forget about that saying, guys. You will be happy. The more you own, the more you can control, the more you can remortgage, the more you can charge rent, the more you can be in control of your financial future. Forget about anything else, guys. UK land and property. They're not building it anymore and the demand is only growing. So if someone comes to me and goes, are you still buying this week? You don't know where the rate's going. Of course I'm still buying because, yes, I don't know where the rate's going. I don't know what's going to happen. What if there's retaliatory tariffs by the UK government that goes into a trade war and suddenly we're in a massive recession? Good. My rates are going down. I'm going to double up what I'm making every month, which I did in 2008. I only had a few properties then, but imagine now. So, oh, what if rates go up? Good, I'll buy more because there's less competition. There's more landlords getting scared. They're waiting now. It's, you know, like last year, like 18 months ago, before they started cutting rates, we were cleaning up again. Yes, I was making less every month, but in the knowledge that as soon as they come down, which are already starting to come down, I'll be making more. Guys, we don't buy for now. We don't buy for next week. We're buying for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years time frame, okay, where we can clean up. The problem is people want to plant a seed now and expect the tree to be here tomorrow. It's not going to happen. I tell the young lads all the time, right? You're on a property investment journey, you're building a portfolio. At least have a 2 to 5 year time frame, at least, guys. Plant the tree today. Take advantage of these conditions. Remember the rules. Blood on the streets buy. Remember, don't buy an asset, a property asset which you wouldn't want to hold for 10 years, guys, as Warren Buffett says. Don't buy anything that you wouldn't, a stock or property which you wouldn't hold for 10 years, okay? And you'll do well, guys, whether you flip it. And now, that doesn't mean you can't flip it tomorrow and make 30 grand. It means don't buy it if you don't think it will do well over 10 years. Have that long-term mindset, guys, okay? So Trump and tariffs and UK property, it's only a win-win situation. I know I keep bringing you situations and news on this channel which is always win-win, and you might think I'm making it up, guys, but it's a mindset thing, okay? There's not one piece of news in UK property which I see as bad for landlords. We can moan about Section 21, we can moan about it being harder, and yes it is, but ultimately it reduces the competition and it means we monopolise the market. And we're in the same party as BlackRock, the people who run the world, guys. Imagine being in the same party as them. You don't have to be friends with them, you can still be competition, but you're in the same room. And how do you get into that room? You buy property and you knock on the door and you buy another one, guys. So that's it. That's a quick update of Trump, tariffs and UK property. Nothing to be scared of, guys. Keep buying below market value. That's the key. Make sure you're making that profit on day one so you can take it out and be profitable from day one. Then it doesn't matter. Make sure it cash flows, okay? And then all this doesn't matter, but it does matter when you buy your next one and the rates are down and the prices have gone up, or conversely, when the rates are up and there's less competition and you go, how come you got me that house 400 grand is now and I can buy another one next week for 70k? Well, that's better, buy more, because your pot can now buy more. Guys, as I said, personally, I am not an economist, but personally, I think rates are going down. I think Trump is a brilliant businessman. Forget about the politics. He's a billionaire. When I've been to America, I've seen him massive towers that he's built, and it doesn't happen by accident, guys. And I think his actual goal is to force the hand of Jerome Powell to reduce US interest rates. And what happens when that happens? UK, EU, the rest of the world will follow. So I actually think he will play this card well. He says he's not watching the markets, but I'm pretty sure he is. And I think rates are going down. And then what will happen next year or a few months? The tariffs will be gone and job done for him, okay? And there's already talk of it will all be all right, okay? Only the strong will survive. There's already talk of they want a free trade zone with the EU. So basically, he's playing his hand, and you always play your strongest hand first, guys. When I tell people about property, about how to buy, how to negotiate, how to do evictions, learn from Trump. You play your strongest hand first. You don't ring up and go, oh, you got tariffs. Do you mind if you drop them? No. Oh, you got tariffs on the biggest market, the US. Okay, double tariffs. Now what are you going to do? Now you're backed into a corner now and we'll win. Well, they will win. That's how it's a negotiation, guys. And when the Fed goes, we're not dropping interest rates, we go, okay, we'll force your hand to drop it. And that's what he's exactly doing. So, guys, I don't see a problem. I think it's actually going to be a really good time. I think the rates are going to drop. I think there's going to be more competition, guys. And I think as soon as the rate drops, you'll see more landlords, more property investors piling into property. I think you should do it before. I told you last year. I told you the year before. And guess what? It's the most expensive time to buy is now. There's not one client who bought something last year who would get it cheaper now. Not one. And I've offered clients when they bought it to buy it off them for 10 or 20k more, and guess what? They won't even do that because it's gone up way more. So guys, if you want my sourcing, yes, in the comments. As I said, it's not a bad time. Even if rates go up, less competition, less clean up, let's get it. See you in the next one.